is help folks identify what future potential for clients might be in their territory. If it's got high current revenue and high future potential, that makes it an A. That makes it a client I'm going to be focusing a lot of my time on.
G'day, Pete. Great to be here chatting with you again. Next Gen Sales Masterclass topics. What have you got for us?
What I've got for us today is strategy, because you think about the three keys. You think it's I've got to have a great strategy, execute. Number two, with regards to skills and mindset. So today we're talking about strategy. It's something a lot of salespeople don't like. They don't like planning. They mean.
Well, salespeople, people in general. I mean, most people spend more time planning their holidays than they do planning their life. But same token too in sales, it's how do we plan? So, what are some of the strategies that you put in place for strategy?
One of the strategies I put in place for strategy is number one, to realize it is very, very important, and less is more with strategy. So I'm only recommending, and we'll get to practice this in the masterclass. There's really three levels of strategy as I see it. You've got a territory or a business strategy. You're thinking, like, I've got a sales patch, if you like,
Yeah.
but that's my business, that's my territory. So I need a strategy for that business or that territory. I then need to look at the key client opportunities within that strategy. That's number two. And number three is an opportunity strategy. How do I manage the big opportunities in those key clients in that territory that I'm looking after?
How do you take it from the very beginning? I mean, from the strategy side of going, what is where I should be focusing? Because a lot of people, I look at it, I mean, especially when some people that I've spoken to, they'll go, I just want to sell to everyone's my market. But that's I just, no, it's not.
No, it's not everyone. It's like Coles or Woolworths saying everyone that walks in is going to buy Milo. Well, not everyone's going to buy Milo. Some people might want to buy coffee. Some people might want to buy a different orange juice. So you're thinking that when you're thinking about your territory, you're thinking in terms of focusing on the client, focusing on what my value proposition is to this particular industry or patch I've got, and I'm going to look at the current revenue that those clients have in my patch, and future potential. And one of the things we'll do in the Sales Masterclass is help folks identify what future potential for clients might be in their territory. If it's got high current revenue and high future potential, that makes it an A. That makes it a client I'm going to be focusing a lot of my time on. And the key thing in a territory plan is to understand, to segment them into what the biggest potential clients are for me, and what the B's and C's are, and how to have coverage for the B's and C's while I'm focusing on those big juicy A's with high current revenue and more importantly, future potential. And we're going to explore that, Dave. We're going to explore how to identify future potential in your territory. And we'll do it live in the room.
Yeah, I love that. And what you're talking about there that we really cover off in the Next Gen Sales Masterclass is identifying that sustainable, profitable market. Because a lot of times people, it's not just in sales, but generally people will focus on all these different things, having a fancy website, having fancy this, fancy that, and they're not really focused on, is there a sustainable, profitable market? And how do we do that? How do you identify a sustainable, profitable market? Well, what problem are you solving? This is the key question. Get to the core of it. What problem are you solving? A lot of people, and I know you experience this a lot, Pete, because we talk about this a lot, that getting clarity over what is that problem that you're solving, because that will very quickly identify the market that you have available to you. So you can quickly identify, and this is, we talked about time management a lot, how important that is and how undervalued it is. And although time management's a misnomer because time's a constant and everyone has the same amount, so it's effort management. I call it ROE, return on effort.
Yep.
From that perspective, though, we help people, we take you through how do you identify the problem that you're solving, and then how do you highlight that to a particular market. So firstly, you're identifying, do they have that problem? If they don't have the problem, you don't waste your time there, you move on. And that's part of identifying this strategy. To start, the core of your strategy is, what problem do you solve?
Exactly. So I'm thinking of at that territory level. I'm thinking, okay, here's my territory, whether it's a geographic territory or an industry territory, and I'm thinking,
your Crips or your Bloods, man.
Whatever I'm offering.
I love throwing you from time to time. Sorry.
From time to time. From time to time. I'm thinking, okay, what is my value proposition to that industry? Or I could be selling to government. What is I'm selling to a particular government department, state or federal government department, or I'm selling to a whole set. I'm selling to the mining sector. I'm selling mining in the mining sector. What is that particular territory that is my responsibility?
Yeah.
And what is my organization's value proposition to that particular business or to that particular sector? Ideally, you've got existing clients in that territory.
Yeah.
And if you're in doubt, it'd be really useful. You know what I like? I can tell you a secret there, Damien.
Yeah.
A secret I found is that if in doubt, you can ask the clients. You can ask the clients.
Oh,
you
no.
can say, like, just say, for example,
you mean asking questions in sales? Oh my God!
You can ask the existing clients. You can say, look, I've just taken over. Just say, for example, pluck one out of the air. You're selling mining equipment into coal mines, big coal. Okay, well, there's existing clients there. I'm not sure what it is about us that they really like. You can ring them and say, look, I'm Peter Anthony. I've just taken over this new territory. And I'm really excited about working with you. I'm just really curious about what was it about us that made you choose us. I mean, I'm really, really interested in understanding that. And you talk to a couple of the existing clients, and they will give you some great answers about why they chose you.
Yeah.
And then you can use that value proposition, if you like, to introduce to other clients to that same offering and say, hey, I've spoken to other clients and they've suggested A, B, and C are really important. Our reliability, our serviceability, the quality of our gear is really important. That sort of things are important. Then you can qualify the territory and get a lens on the value proposition of that territory, and then use tools like LinkedIn, like social media, to promote your knowledge and your expertise in solving problems in that industry. That's the territory planning end, if you like.
Yeah. Well, and what you're talking about there, and we can talk, and we'll do another number of sessions. So for the listeners, we'll do a number of sessions on strategy. But what you're really talking about there is identifying that core area that you're focusing on, and then asking questions. And that's one of the key things we show you how to do, because quite frankly, once you get that clear, once you're really clear about the problem you're solving, your value proposition, it really sets that strategy for you and the things you should do, and actually makes your time, the use of your time, much more effective. So that's one of the key things. And I love going through that part with people and showing them, because you see their eyes light up and go, oh, that's so easy. Why didn't you tell me this before? It's like, well, you didn't attend the class before. But it's a pleasure sharing it with you now.
Yeah, and it's really curious, because when I meet sales teams and work with sales teams, one of the first things I'll ask is, can you show me your sales plans, your strategy? And they'll either open an old document in Google Word, or they'll
blow the dust off it.
It hasn't been opened, hasn't been looked at since last year when they did it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not actively using it, that's not really good. It's like being lost in the desert with a map in your back pocket you never pull out. Well, if the map doesn't work, don't use the map. Find a different way of understanding your territory. And That's why in the sales masterclass, we show you that the high leverage items for high quality planning, so that you're identifying what the high leverage items for you that you then need to spend your skills on. Because when we're teaching the skills, you're using all those selling skills in the sort of conversations and relationships we identify in the strategy. So it's going to make it much more likely that you'll sell more faster. And that's one of the promises we're making to you, that you, after this masterclass, you'll sell more faster because you'll have a higher quality set of skills, and you'll demonstrate them on the clients and opportunities that are most useful for you and your organization. That's why it works.
Well, that's the key takeaway, Pete, is exactly that. And I know with your clients and my clients that I work with and the clients that we work on together, the results are immediate. As soon as you go, I do that. And I've seen people literally pick up the phone and land major deals immediately afterwards. And that's a key takeaway with this, having the right strategy. I love that. Always fun chatting with you, Pete.
Bye, David.
Okay. We're just running. We're not sure who's going to end this podcast. Who's going to do it? You or me? I'll let you take it away. Do the closing pitch.
You do it. You do it.
Me do it. Yeah, me do it. I do it. It's the Next Gen Sales Masterclass is one of the things. The key takeaway from that is the results can be immediate. A simple shift, and I had one client go from $8 million to $25 million turnover, not by working harder, just by making a shift in what they did, and that's what you'll take away from this. So I look forward to seeing you in the Next Gen Sales Masterclass.